Good morning, children. Welcome to science class. So, in science, we have completed with block 21, isn't it, children? So, let's start with block 22, which is measurement. Measurement is measuring, isn't it, children? So, in this, our first topic is about measurement of length and mass. Okay, so please open your science content book, children, and turn to page number 136. Okay, measurement of length. So length is the measurement we use to find the length of the object, how much space it is occupying, we can see. Okay, so earlier they used to use the body parts like this: hand span, palm, digit, cubit, pace, foot span, arm span. All these people used to use these things to measure an object. Okay, if it is a small object, they used to use the digit, or sometimes if it is bigger, hand span, palm. According to the size of the object, they used to use their body parts to measure the length of that object. Okay, children. Now, and also they used to use a unit called stride. Okay, so the stride length, so from first foot, so this is your first foot, this is your second foot, and with third you will keep the first foot again, isn't it, children? So that length is called stride. So along with digit, palm, hand span, arm span, cubit, along with that they used to use the stride length. When the distance is more, when the length is more, they used to use this to calculate the length of an object, or it might be distance from one place to another. Okay, children. Now, and also they also use some other things to measure the thing, to measure the length of the thing. So this is the pin, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So the length of this pin is 4 paper clips. Okay, the length of the spoon, the length of the spoon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 paper clips. In that way they used to measure the length of the object in the earlier times. Okay, so length can also be measured with these body parts, or else with some other smaller objects. Okay, after that they started using standard tools to measure the length. Okay, inch tape, ruler, steel tape, all these are different things people started using the standard tools to measure the length of the object, in which the smaller objects will be in millimeters. You can see on your scale, on your ruler, millimeters, centimeters, little more it is meters, and largest unit of the length is the kilometers. We already know, isn't it, children? Length. Yes, so they are different. These are the different units of the length. Millimeters is the smallest unit of that length. Okay, and kilometers is the largest. Where do you use these things? When the thing is small, so you will use millimeters or centimeters. If it is little longer, yes, a larger length, like length of your room or a playground, it is measured in the meters. And if you have to measure between two different places, from your house to your school, or from your house to your neighbor friend's house, so these are longer, very longer distance, isn't it, children? So they are calculated in the kilometers. Okay, so in this way, measurement of length, you can see first they have started with their body parts, and then they have people have compared with the smaller objects. Now we are using standard tools and standard measurements. Okay, coming to measurement of mass. So mass is nothing but how heavy, how much heavy the object is. Okay, so that is your mass. Mass is a measure in which we can say how much weight the object is. Okay, so here if you see, children, so you can see stones which weight 1 kg. Okay, so the weight of the pumpkin is about 5 kgs here. Okay, and the weight of this bucket is 3 kgs, isn't it, children? It's based on the stone which weighs 1 kg. Okay, so in this way people measure the weight of an object. Okay, you can measure the weight of yourself also. That is nothing but our body mass, our body weight, how much heavy you are. Okay, so the if you see, children, the feather is the lightest thing. The feather of a bird is the lightest thing, isn't it? And the weight of an elephant is very huge. It's on tons, isn't it, children? So in that way you can differentiate. Or okay, and the standard way of measuring is using these simple balance. Okay, so it is called as simple balance, or it is also called as weighing balance. Okay, and you can see this balance when you visit to a grocery store, or when you are buying vegetables or fruits. Okay, when you have to go to another state or another country, you have to go to the airport. There also they'll measure your luggage, isn't it? So that luggage weight you can see. Okay, so these are the different things in which we can measure the weight of an object or mass of an object. Okay, there are many different types of weighing machines. Okay, children, so in length we have learned that different units of length, isn't it? Meters, centimeters, millimeters, kilometers. In the same way, here also we have some standard units that we use to measure the mass of an object. Okay, the smallest is the grams, milligrams, grams, and kilograms, kgs. Okay, sometimes people also use some non-standard ways of measuring the mass. Okay, so if you see the previous picture, children, pumpkin there was there, and you can see the pebbles. So instead of, if they don't know the weight of the stone, so what they'll say, so the weight of the pumpkin is 5 marbles, 5 pebbles. In that way also, weight of the bucket is 3 marbles or 3 pebbles. In that way they used to measure the weight of the object using a non-standard form. Okay, weighing machines are the standard forms which tells us how many milligrams it is, how many grams it is, or how many kilograms it is. Okay, children, so this is our topic for today. Children, I have given few keywords in your daily schedule. Please learn them, write it in your classwork, and also underline in your key content book. Okay, and if you find any other difficult word, you can include in your keywords and learn them. Okay, and also you have a, did you know, in your content book, children, where can you see the picture, children? That is called a trundle wheel. Okay, it is used to measure the very long distances, like football field. Okay, the wheel is pushed around the ground. For every 1 meter it clicks. Okay, if it reaches the second meter it clicks. 2 clicks means 2 meters, 3 clicks means 3 meters, 10 clicks means 10 meters. In that way they calculate the length of the football field. This is another one. We have learned about inch tape, ruler, steel tape, isn't it? In that, this is also one among them to measure the length. Okay, children, now coming to your question answers. Define measurement. So measurement is the act of measuring the size or amount of something. So we are measuring how much length it is, how much mass it is, isn't it, children? How much weight it is, how heavy it is. So it is measuring the size, that is the length, or the amount of something. Okay, when we measure our height, or we know how tall we are. For example, they have taken, when we measure our height, it tells us how tall we are. Okay, or how short we are. Okay, children, so coming to your next question. So there are about 5 questions in this topic, children. Try to write it down, as you have a holiday tomorrow, so I have given today itself. Actually, I'll be giving you in the next class, but today, as you have tomorrow holiday, so I'm giving today itself. Okay, children, so coming to your next question. How can you measure the width of your wrist? Which unit would you use? Why? So width of your wrist can be using a ruler or the inch tape. Inch tape will be easier. Okay, so using an inch tape is generally used by a tailor, isn't it, children? And it will be either in the centimeters. It will be in the centimeters, not in the millimeters. Millimeters are very small, isn't it? So it's unit we use to measure the wrist is centimeters. Okay, and why? Because the length is small, no, that's why. Next, if I say the mass of a cake is equal to 20 stones, can I know how heavy it is? Why and why not? 20 stones, that means we don't know the weight. What is the weight of that stone? Is it milligrams or grams or kilograms? How much weight we don't know, isn't it, children? So we can't know the weight of the cake, isn't it? So no, I will not know how heavy the cake is, because measuring in the stones with the help of stones is non-standard, isn't it, children? So write that in your classwork and please learn it. Coming to your next question, why can we not use kitchen balance to measure the sack of kitchen balance, children? Kitchen balance is used to measure the masala which we use to prepare the curry. That will be in the milligrams. So rice should be with the full sack of rice will be in the kgs, 25 kgs, 35 kgs, 50 kgs, in that way it will be. So the kitchen balance cannot be used because it measures only very small amount, that is in milligrams it measures. Okay, so that's why. Next, coming to your next question, last question, how are electric balances better than beam or kitchen balances? So electric balances are accurate balances, children, than the kitchen balance, and they'll tell the exact kgs, how many kgs it is, how many milligrams it is. Okay, how many grams it is, how many kgs it is. That's why electronic balances are very accurate. Okay, so write these answers in your classwork and please learn it, children. Coming to your homework, complete the volume book. You have 2 pages, children. Page number 30, S1, measuring length, and page number 31, S2, measuring mass. Okay, so in the next class we will learn about measurement of capacity and time. Okay, so see you in the next class, children. Bye.